Folks, and after 2 weeks on the road, the Bearcats finally return to McKinney Field to take on the Indians of Berkeley Springs. It is Football Friday once again here on the Grafton Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in today. I am Parker Biller, joined alongside today by Tyler Clem, Mr. Cage Andrews, and Noah Flea Foley. And if you can't tell by what we're wearing tonight, it is construction and neon theme tonight. Guys, how are we doing today?
I feel blue collar.
You feel blue collar. Cage, you look marvelous tonight, I just gotta say.
Thank you.
Cage, you look mad.
I do look bad.
What's wrong, Cage?
I'm feeling great. Ready to go. Let's get this show started.
All right, we got a lot to talk about today. A lot going on. Big shout out to the guys behind the camera today: Patrick Foley, Ian Phillips, Brighton Andrews, and PJ. Thanks, guys, for helping out back there. But first, before we jump in, we gotta give a shout out to the sponsors. Football Friday, brought to us by Quality Machine. If man made it, quality can fix it. Serving the hardworking people of West Virginia since 1975, from fabrication to welding and anything in between. Man made it, quality can fix it. Visit QualityMachineInc.com. And by CG Farms, from fresh organic produce to quality cuts of meat. And a fall special on Mums. They're selling corn stalks, pumpkins, all that sort of thing in Blueville tomorrow at 9 a.m. Go check them out. You can text or call 304-612-2224. CG Farms, quality at its best. And by the Keystone Realty Group for all your buying, selling, and renting needs. Broker Christina Guz. Visit Keystone Realty Group, WV.com, your key to home ownership. Gentlemen, we're back once again. And it's been an interesting couple of weeks, you could say, for the Bearcats. We're going to talk a lot more about that. But before we jump in tonight, we're going to send it over to Cage's Corner, as always, and get a look at some notable matchups around the state tonight. Cage, what do you got for us?
Oh, man, we got a great matchups going on tonight. So, for our first game, we got the 4-0 Morgantown Mohegans taking on Spring Mills, who are 3-1. This is definitely going to be a big game for the week because I believe they're both quad A's. Yeah. And normally it's between Morgantown and Spring Mills, I think, for the state championship every year.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a real good matchup. We got the 3-0 Fairmont Senior versus the 3-1 University, the 0-4 Preston, and the 1-3 East Fairmont. Did you hear about the East Fairmont Preston game?
I did not.
So East Fairmont posted out that depending on if they win this game or not depends on if they make the playoffs. They put
Already, dude?
Already,
Really?
yeah. They put a thing out. They have to win this in order to be like.
Is that true?
For Big Ten, they put it on their Facebook.
We'll have to check out.
We'll check into
I'm
that.
not sure. We'll see.
But we got the 4-0 Bridgeport versus 2-2 RCB, 4-0 Elkins and 2-2 PB. 4-0
Elkins going to win that game, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay, for sure.
I mean,
Philip Barber.
run game is dominant at Elkins.
Philip Barber.
You got anything to add and say on that?
Elkins has been a run-heavy team, and they're unstoppable in the run, so I don't really see PB putting up much of a fight against them. I think Elkins is going to win by a landslide, to be honest.
I agree with that.
They're all corn-fed kids.
They are. They're
they're tough boys. We got the 4-0 Frankfurt going against Northern Garrett.
Out of Maryland.
Out of Maryland, yeah.
Out of Maryland.
Do we know their record?
I do not. I have no idea. And then 0-3 East Hardy taking on Southern Garrett. So we've got Northern Garrett and Southern Garrett of Maryland. And if you remember from basketball season, the Lady Bearcats, we played Southern Garrett, Maryland. Yep. So let's talk about this for a second because this is something that we haven't seen a lot in high school football, but there's been a lot of it this year. And it's been out-of-state matchups. I mean, Martinsburg took on a team from New Jersey a few weeks ago, and we've been seeing this a lot throughout the state and throughout this entire season. You know, why do you guys think this is happening? What's going on?
I just think West Virginia football is getting bigger and better, so they're trying to find competition wherever they can. So I feel like this trend's going to continue, and we're going to see more matchups like this in the future.
I definitely do kind of going off what Tyler said, as well as like the quality of the teams, because like Martinsburg, I mean, they're the team that wins states almost every year.
Yep.
So I think to kind of make the playing field more fair, having teams from these other states who kind of make our 4A schools look like a 1A school to them.
Yeah.
So I definitely think it's going to make the matchups a lot closer.
I agree with that.
I think they're simply playing teams out of state to get better because, like Cage just said, there's bigger schools in Pennsylvania. Like the biggest school here in West Virginia is quad A. Mm-hmm. In Pennsylvania, you have 6A, 7A.
Yeah.
It's oh my gosh, I just said it, dude.
He said the meme. Okay.
But they're playing those schools for better competition, and those 6A schools, like Cage just said, make the 4A schools look smaller than they are.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. So, anything else to add? All right.
No.
Let's talk. 2 weeks ago, we were getting ready to watch the Bees of East Fairmont take on the Bearcats And guys, we need to talk about that game for a second. And what an obscure game that was. 3 lightning delays throughout the night. So what were your overall thoughts? What did you see from that one?
I mean, we had that game in the bag, in my opinion. We were up, 14-0 in the first quarter, and momentum just did not go our way. If we held that momentum, we would have beaten East Fairmont. They had a good student section. We had a good student section. We played cornhole for about an hour and 30 minutes. It was fun. So, I mean, that's what high school Dude, I can't talk. High school football is about, man.
It's all right. I would just say it's good to see. I know we're talking about East, but I also like to talk about Hampshire because I feel like it's shown that we can fight, and I think tonight we're going to piece together a good game. So I think that'll be good to see.
Yeah, and so like Fleece said, we started off the game against East Fairmont 14-0 first quarter. Bees only had 1 snap of offense in the first quarter, so we had complete control of possession throughout the first. And this is a stat that stuck out to me. Chase Kinsey in the first quarter, 5 rushes for 67 yards. He pretty much carried the offense. Stop laughing at 67, I swear. 67 yards. It's not that funny. Anyway.
Going off our kicker, didn't he have, 3 onside kicks?
Two onside kicks that were successful. And then 3 attempted, 2 successful. So, yeah.
That's a real good stat.
He was a player of the game, too. So, you don't hardly see that as well. But here's the real thing about it, is the game technically never finished. There was 5 minutes left in the game, and it was 4th and 10 for the Bearcats when the officials called it off due to lightning. So, but like Felice said, we had some fun out in the parking lot, and that was always a good time. Looking at some stats, I mean, Chase Kinsey, 4 for 13, 46 yards passing, nothing notable there. But he did have 13 attempts rushing, 145 yards. Cash Nestor, 24 carries for 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that's about the only thing that stood out to me. And we can start games well, but just cannot finish games out. We really struggle with that. And Bearcats doing their thing again. So is this a tradition? What do you guys think about this? They come out. Yeah, they do their jumping jacks. They come out to the center. They jump around. Is that a tradition, or is that something that we started?
They've done it in practice for 4 years, man. So
I'm not sure about that. So
I like to keep my opinion on that to myself.
Okay. So here's my next question to you guys. Did that lightning delay against East Fairmont, did it kill the momentum that the Bearcats had?
I really didn't think it did because after halftime, Grafton just wasn't there. So the lightning did make it worse, but at the end of the day, all the momentum Grafton had was just gone.
Yep, I agree. So final score of that game was 31-20. Let's move on. And the week after that, the Bearcats traveled to Lincoln. I think we were all at that game, were we not?
yeah.
And the Bearcats started off that game well, but could not get the job done. And then we lost to Hampshire last week, 35-28. But there have been a lot of improvements that I want to talk about. So let's look at that Hampshire game real quick. Look at some stats on that. So third down efficiency, 8 for 17, 47%. So rushing yards, we had 345 compared to a Hampshire 85. So that's pretty good. And then taking a look at some actual stats against Hampshire. What do we got? Chase Kinsey, 8 for 15, 61 yards. And I believe we had the most receptions all season in that game. J.W. Nestor had 4 for 26 and 1 touchdown. Caden Taylor had 3 receptions for 21 yards. Rushing-wise, Cash Nestor had 137 rushing yards.
My God.
And 26 carries. Chase Kinsey had 25 carries, 113 rushing yards, and Cole Runner had 11 rushes for 91 yards. So my takeaway from that is we need to rush the ball as much as we can, give the ball to Cash Nestor and J.W. Nestor, and let Chase Kinsey take off in the quarterback position. Let him scramble.
Yeah, I'd like to say something. If that team that almost beat Hampshire, who's a really good team, they had over a 500% record. If we played Philip Barber, East Fairmont, and Lincoln like that, we could possibly, in my opinion, maybe be 2-1, 3-0 if we're lucky.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. And then I know we're talking about the run game, but I feel like at times our offense gets a bit predictable. So I'd like to see us utilize the pass game a little bit more because I feel like Chase's arm is a little bit underutilized. So I'd like to see him in action because I think he can do good things with his arm as well as his legs. Obviously, we've seen him take off and do great things on the ground, but I think our air game could use a little bit more usage, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I agree with that, and I think that it's hard because the fact that this is his first year starting at the quarterback position. So obviously that's tough on a guy who has never played at the high school level at that position. So, having him throw the ball the majority of the plays is tough on them, and it's hard to do. So I understand it. I understand where they're coming from, but I agree with Tyler. I would like to see maybe us try to utilize the passing game a little bit more. But
So yeah, I want to give Chase a lot of credit too, because I believe last year they had him playing wide receiver
and he's a good wide receiver.
And
Yeah.
safety too.
and safety. So being out of playing quarterback position for a year, it will make a big difference. I mean,
And he's already put up great numbers.
he's
this
put
year
up good numbers.
rushing-wise.
I'm saying, I think when his older season comes, junior, senior year, I think he's going to be a real good. He's going to be a game changer for
Yep,
Grafton.
I agree. All right. So it's a new week and a new challenge for the Bearcats. So let's take a look at the visitors tonight, the Indians of Berkeley Springs. So this is kind of an interesting one. They are 2-2 on the year so far, but their wins have been against somewhat questionable opponents. I've got their schedule right here. Their 2 wins are against Hancock, Maryland High School. They beat them 38-8, and I don't think they're very good. And then they also beat Clear Springs, Maryland High School, 34-28. So I don't know. Definitely not the most formidable opponents on the year that they have so far. So does this present some questions about how good this team really is? Are they a 2-2 team or not? I don't know.
I think it honestly does. Like, we're going back, they played some out-of-team states, and it was the smaller teams. And this could be a game, because Grafton is a AAA school. They're at bottom of the barrel of AAA schools, but they're not a bad AAA school in football, Maine. So this could be a game Grafton comes out, breaks Berkeley Springs record. I just want to see how Grafton plays.
Yeah, I just believe that Berkeley Springs, as previously mentioned, they just haven't beaten anybody with really much skill, to be honest. So I think it'll be good for us to give them a good test tonight. I think we'll come out with a nice win here. I got a good feeling about it.
So I got a feeling this game's going to be like last year with Clay County. Was it Clay County?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that's
So I think it's going to be a really high-scoring game, and it's just going to come down to a touchdown.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a fun game for everyone, well, both sides to watch.
We're going to talk about that too in our over-under segment. I've got a good over-under for that. So, but they do have 2 wins. One of them was against. Excuse me. Wait a second. Okay, no, they do have 2 losses. They lost to Petersburg and they lost to Smithburg, Maryland. They played a lot of Maryland teams. Goodness gracious. So, I don't know. We're going to see. But I did talk with Coach Wes Eddy this week, and he told me the biggest weakness that his team has is personnel. They have a 33-man roster with only a handful of seniors. He told me to look out for 6'1", 205-pound quarterback Jalen Miller. But apparently he did have 3 interceptions last week. So, got to look out for that. And apparently their wide receiver, I forget his name, number 9. He is also a stud, I hear.
Yeah, he's pretty good apparently. Dude.
Yeah. And their offensive scheme, they like to run the football out of the wing tee. They also like to throw a lot of screen passes. So expect to see that a lot tonight. Maybe the Bearcats get a jump on that and figure out how to stop that. But it's going to be interesting to see what they use tonight. But a lot of tight running and blocking. So look out for that from Berkeley Springs. What else do we got? So I got a question. If you guys are the Indians coming in tonight, what weaknesses are you going to exploit against the Bearcats to get a W?
For sure, exploiting the Bearcats' pass defense. They are not the best in the secondary, as we've seen this year. Lincoln's quarterback, A.J. Bart, I'm pretty sure was his name, threw all over us, man. There was a play in that game where there were 6 DBs around one receiver, and he came up with the ball and almost scored a touchdown. So if I'm Berkeley Springs, they have a pretty big quarterback. He's 6'1". He can probably throw the ball far enough to his stud receiver to get some plays, and that's what I'd do if I was Berkeley Springs.
Yeah, if I was Berkeley Springs coach, I would try and attack our relative inexperience with most of the leadership positions, because obviously, as previously mentioned, it is Chase's first year out here. So I would be trying to exploit that if I was Berkeley Springs' coach.
Cage, you good?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
There's just some interesting people.
Yeah, there's
Examining.
some interesting people. You got anything to add to that? No, you don't even know what's going
Yeah,
on.
I don't know what's going on.
That's all right. That's all right. I got you. It's been a long day. You tell us what you've been doing. You've been out at FFA. What have you been doing? Some competitions, I hear.
Yeah, we've been judging chickens.
Judging chickens.
Judging chickens.
Were you judging trees the other day too?
Trees?
Is that what I heard?
I was not specifically judging
You
trees.
can actually judge trees.
Yeah, it's
Listen, I think it'd be interesting.
it's cool. You got like measure it and tell you how many like 2x4s you can get out of it and stuff.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
2x4.
It's pretty cool.
Something right
I mean, it's pretty cool, honestly.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
And
So,
you have to wear what we're wearing right now to compete.
That's true.
there.
Hey, third place in the state right here in poultry judging. Is that
Yeah.
what you said? Poultry judging. So congratulations, Cage.
Yeah, we also had state champion too.
Who was that?
Gracie Poling.
Gracie Poling. There we go.
Sophomore. She's sophomore.
Yeah, good job.
And PJ had 5th. I was 12th.
Good deal.
Very good day.
Yeah, good day for
Very
us.
good day.
Sorry, we got a little off track.
Okay, back to football.
Back to football. So let's take a look at the Bearcats next, a little more familiar to us. There have been some positive developments amidst all of this hardship that the team has faced this year. And one of those, like we just said, quarterback Chase Kinsey. He's been doing great. So although this is his first year starting at quarterback, made a great impact on the offensive side of the ball last week. 61 passing yards on 15 attempts, 113 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns. So who else besides Chase has stood out to you guys as the season has progressed this year?
Dude, in my opinion, Braden White at defensive end has been a stud for us so far. 2 sacks. I'm not even kidding. Against Lincoln, he had to have had over 5 pressures. Yep. He could have had 5 sacks against Lincoln, but no one was there to help him, man. But Braden White on the defensive side for us has been really good this year.
I know we talked about him a little bit, but our kicker, Braden Taylor, being at that young and being able to find the right placement for an onside kick like that. Was it Colin?
Yeah, Colin.
It's Colin. We're going to call it for this one. Sorry, Braden. But Braden for our PATs too.
Yeah, well,
he's been consistent this year.
He's improved. Yeah.
From the last couple of years, he's really stepped up. But Colin for the onside kicks. Was he a freshman?
Yeah.
So for being a freshman with that ball placement, that's something to stand out for Grafton.
Personally, my standout player has been J.W. Nestor. Coming in as a freshman, that kid's been a dog, bona fide dog. So we love to see that. I think he's going to do big things for Grafton in the future, but he's working his way into a really prominent role with the Bearcats, so you love to see it.
Yeah, I agree. J.W. Nestor is somebody you got to look to. He's going to get the ball a lot tonight if we want to win this game, receiving-wise, and something funny over there.
No,
Okay.
I didn't say nothing funny.
I didn't say anything funny either. J.W. Nestor is the guy you got to look out for, so just saying. But I want to touch on something real quick. I want to go back to this Hampshire game for a second. The Bearcats were down 6-21. They battled their way back, tied up with 28 in the fourth quarter. The Bearcats couldn't get it done after a rushing touchdown from the Trojans. The Bearcats were on the 13-yard line with 3 seconds to go in the game with a chance to tie it up, but Chase Kinsey got sacked. So my main takeaway from that was we had some grit, and that's something that we haven't had a lot of. We fought back, we were down, we fought back in. So how important is it to have grit when you're down, when you haven't won a game all year, when you're 0-4? How important is it to be tough and have grit and fight back?
Dude, it's very important. Like you said, grit, and that also goes with being hungry, man. The Bearcats were hungry for a win. They wanted to beat a team that was over 500, and Hampshire, they've had pretty good success beating Hampshire, so that would have been a pretty good win on the resume, and they would have had their name around the state.
Yeah.
I would say grit is the ultimate factor when you're down, because you might feel hopeless at times, but you just got to have the grit to pull out of your situation and get it done. And then also I'd like to talk about the aggressive play calling in those situations to try and get the W. You love to see it. I love it when I see a coach go for the 4th down call and make it happen. It didn't happen versus Hampshire, but that's all right. Aggressive play calling, love to see it.
Yeah, I love aggressive play calling too. I saw that Seahawks game last night. Mike McDonald went forward on 4th down when we were in our own territory. We didn't get it, but I absolutely love the play call.
What's a Seahawk?
We won. We beat the Cardinals. That's what a Seahawk is. So. Just anyway, we talked earlier in the season as well about vocal leadership, and Coach Foley told me this week that there have been some guys who have started to fill that role. He didn't specify who they were, but me and Flea talked on the huddle this morning about the new program that's been integrated, and every week a varsity and JV player receive an award for being the best leader on the team. And that's a pretty good thing, I think. Maybe motivate some guys, get them to be vocal leaders. So how important is it tonight for the Bearcats to establish the run game early? Get Cash Nestor involved in the game, get J.W. Nestor involved, get Chase involved. What else do the Bearcats need to do to execute this game and come out on top?
I definitely feel like Grafton is just going to have to find the hole in the line. We got some big guys up there who can do their job and get that. And I think if Grafton gets a hot start, I really think it's going to tear Berkeley Springs up. We saw with East Fairmont, we scored right off, was first drive?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We scored first drive and then turned around and got the ball back twice. And it just took all the confidence out of Eastside. So I really think if Grafton starts the game off strong, I really think they got this one in the bag.
Yeah, it was a multi-layered question, so I'm going to start at the top here. And yes, the run game is our game. We have to get it going if we want to win this game. And I believe we can and we will. We've done it consistently. I think we've had at least 200 yards rushing in every game, so getting the run game established won't be an issue. And then, yeah, we got to get our big guys involved. That's how it is. Our line's been incredible, both sides of the ball. Our run defense is great, so I don't think they're going to beat us that way. If they beat us, it'll be through the screen passes.
Yeah.
But I also think our corners could start to jump the routes, and we could see success that way.
Like Tyler just said, our pass rush has been absolutely phenomenal this year. I think our secondary and our linebackers have to step up if they want to have a chance to win against Berkeley Springs tonight.
Yeah, and I think just the biggest thing for me, what I've seen, we just have to execute drives. We have really struggled just to finish out a drive to get points on the board. So I think if we can just push our way through, get those touchdowns that we need early on, score first, score when it matters, and just hold that lead. We just have to finish out drives and be consistent. So that's what I think. But anything else to add to that, guys? Are we good?
Yep, that's all I got.
All right. Time for my favorite segment, the Quality Over-Under, brought to us by Quality Machine, serving the hardworking people of West Virginia since 1975. Visit qualitymachineinc.com if man-made equality can fix it. So, 2 weeks ago, we had our East Fairmont ones, and some of them were good, some of them were not good. So, first of all, let's see what this one was. Over-under 27.5 total tackles for the defense. But I could not find any defensive stats, so I'm not sure about that one. So sorry about that one, guys. But this one was the better one. Over under 16.5 total pass attempts from Chase Kinsey. He had 15 total.
Ooh.
So the over under was 16.5. He had 15. Flea took the over, Bryce took the over, and Grayson took the over. So almost. Just missed the mark there on that one. And then the last one we picked was over under 4.5 total receptions from the running back position. There were no receptions from the running back position in that game. Braden Boggs got injured. So
I did say no on that one.
you did say no on that one. So good job there. But this week we got some exciting ones to talk about. Was that the Minecraft music?
No, it's
Dude,
it's
I thought.
Baby.
Okay, I
Oh
thought
my
that was the
God.
Minecraft music. Okay, anyway. All right, this week.
Go ahead.
Dude, get out, bro.
All right, over under Chase Kinsey, 130 yards rushing tonight. So he had 145 last week on 13 attempts. So over under Chase Kinsey, 130 yards rushing tonight, and tell me why.
I'm going to go, man, I'm saying under. I say they're going to spread the ball equally. Chase will get over 100. I think Cash will get over 130 in my opinion. And Cole Runner in the backfield, I think he'll get over 90 like he always does. So I'm going under here.
Personally, I'm taking the over. He's done it consistently. I think about every game he's gotten over that 130 yards mark, so I don't see it stopping tonight, to be honest. I've heard from players on the team that they don't have the biggest D-line, so I think we're going to keep running that QB power, and Chase is going to rack up the yards, in my opinion.
So, yeah, I'm going to go with Tyler and Fly. I'm going to take the under here because looking behind us, they may have one or two boys pretty big, but they seem like a small team in size. So I think, and really our running back's about the size of their linemen.
Yeah.
So I really think Cash is going to walk right all over them.
Well, it's not Cash, it's Chase.
Chase.
There you go.
Chase will walk all over
Okay,
them.
I'm going to take the over. I don't see a scenario in which we don't run the ball and where Chase doesn't have 130 rushing yards at least. I don't see a scenario in which that doesn't happen because it's been like that all year. So I think that he will have the over on that. But next one, over under 1 interception for the defense tonight. So we haven't had an interception all year, but we were talking about Berkeley throws the screen ball. So we can anticipate that. Do you think that the Bearcats will get a jump on that? So over under 1 interception for the defense tonight and why?
I'm going to say they're going to exactly have 1 interception. So what is that? That's technically the over.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go over, and I'm going to say Cole Runner gets the interception. They're going to try and go deep. Cole jumps it over the middle, and we get the ball. We don't get a pick on a screen pass, in my opinion. I think they're going to try and beat us over the top, and we jump it.
Now, this is a hard one for me because our defense hasn't been great at generating turnovers, especially off picks, because obviously we haven't had one. But I do think they'll get it done and jump one of the screen passes. I do think it'll be jumping a screen pass, to be honest.
Okay.
Not a straight up
So you're
pick.
taking the over.
I am taking the over.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under here because I think a lot. What class is their quarterback?
What class?
Senior.
Is he a senior? especially with Tim being a senior and our defensive being such a young team, with our corners and our safeties being so young. I really think Grafton ain't going to have the experience and the intelligence to be able to read those plays. But that just comes with experience, again, and age. So I'm going to take the under here.
Okay, I can see that. You know what? Yeah, I mean, I agree with that in some aspects, but I've just got a feeling tonight that we're going to get an interception. I think we can judge the defense pretty well. I think we've got some guys who can make an interception. I think maybe Braden Boggs, he might get an interception.
Hey, man.
If he can jump the line, get over there. So I'm going to take the over on that one. But I don't think it'll be more than one interception. It'll definitely be one at least, if they do. So, all right, final one here. This one's the most interesting one by far. So, over-under game decided by 7 points or less. So, over-under 7 points decides the game. Tell me why.
Man, I'm gonna say, we win by 7 in overtime. 28 to 21.
28-21. I'm right there.
Braden White game-winning interception. No, I'm joking. But
I was about
I think
to say.
Cash punches one in overtime, and we win by 7. That's my
Okay.
take.
Personally, I think under. I think it's going to come down to 2-point attempts late in the game.
Oh yeah.
I think that we'll end up seeing an aggressive play call from Coach Foley where we cash in on a 2-point to win the game by like 1 or so. I think it's going to be that much of a nail-biter. I got that feeling.
So yeah, I'm going to take the over on this one, especially since like how both teams are super close. But just the way how Grafton, like their play style and the way the records have been the last couple years, I think it's going to either come down. Grafton's going to blow out Berkeley Springs, or Berkeley Springs will blow out Grafton. I think that's what's going to come down to.
So did you take the over or the under?
Over.
I took the over.
All right. I think I'm going to take the under. And I think it's going to come down to a field goal. I think Braden Taylor's going to kick a field goal to win the game.
Yeah, how about that? How many field
Why
goals
not?
we kicked in the last
This
4
week,
years?
I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe not a field goal, but I think the game will be decided maybe around 3 points. I think it's going to be closer than we think.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take the under here. So that wraps it up for the quality over under segment. So, well, we'll talk about those. Well, do we have a home game next week?
No clue. No.
No, I don't think we do.
So, heading to North Marion, is that right?
Nah. No. We play North Marion on Halloween.
Elkins. Elkins on a Thursday, I think. Is what
Oh
it is.
yeah.
Heading to Elk.
Heading to Elkins next Thursday. So, I guess we'll talk about these next football Friday we have, and we'll have to look into that. But let's go ahead and wrap things up here with the Mountaineer Minute. Let's talk about some Mountaineer football. You guys got anything on that? Tyler, and Flea, I know you guys got some stuff on that. So.
Dude, only thing I got on that is the alternate uniforms, bro.
Oh,
I like them. We better beat Utah on. That's what we play, right? We better beat Utah on them, dude. That's all I got.
Talk about that Kansas game.
Oh boy. I don't have too much faith in the Mountaineers right now, to be honest. I haven't seen too much good out of them. Yes, the Pitt game was good, but we have some deep-rooted issues, I believe. I don't know how good our QB is. I don't know how good our coach is. Yeah, because we saw Scotty Fox play. Everyone had a lot of promise with him. He didn't show it that night. Now, I do got faith that he might turn around later in his career, but this year, I don't even want to see him again, to be honest. I'm just going to be honest there. I don't want to see him again. But yeah, maybe the Mountaineers are trying to turn it around, but I'm not too comfortable with that.
See, football's not been our huge favorite these last 4 years, both high school and college. They ain't been.
It really has.
It really have our
It really has.
in our favor, but we don't have a whole lot to talk about WVU football just because what's happening this year. But I want to switch gears and talk about the renaming of the Coliseum.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I'm not a big fan of that.
What is it, like Hope Coliseum?
Hope Coliseum.
It sounds cool though, Hope Coliseum. I mean,
Listen, no,
as a Mountaineer fan, we need hope in our teams.
we do, but nobody's gonna call it the Hope Coliseum. Nobody's gonna call it
It's
that.
the
So.
Coliseum.
So
It's
do
just the
we know
Coliseum.
if we're going to have to put their logo on the sides of the courts?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Because I don't think it's going to look good. I'm not a
Probably
fan.
not, but I mean, I know they paid a lot of money to get that to happen. I can tell you that.
I mean, I changed my name for a lot of money, so.
Okay. I bet you will. Okay. Yeah, I just think Mountaineer football, it's just a rebuild year. I mean, when you have a new coach and you bring in a new administration, you're going to have new players that don't know how to mesh with each other. So, obviously, that's going to bring about a lot of questions. So, I think it's definitely a rebuild year. And you can't really – I don't think you can judge it by this year. So, I would give it maybe 2 more years. And if by then Rich Rod hasn't turned it around, we'll call it a day. So,
There.
Now, when I heard those words, I still got a little bit of PTSD from Neil Brown here in Trust the Climb. And we saw that one, obviously. But I do have more faith this will turn out better. I think we have a good thing going. I think Rich Rod could turn this around, opposed to Neil Brown. That guy couldn't get it done, obviously.
He is a coordinator at heart. He is not fit for a Big 12 head coaching job. I can tell you that. Wouldn't say so. So, all right, you guys take on Charleston Catholic tomorrow in soccer. Should be a good one. Hopefully, had a rough one against East Fairmont there the other night. We won't talk about that. Don't want to bring that up, but I think you guys can get it done at Catholic. What do you think?
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah.
Think so? All right. Well, we won't talk anymore about that. But good luck tomorrow. Hope you guys do well. Hope it doesn't rain. I feel like it's supposed to rain, but hope it doesn't rain. Anyway, Bryce Kelly, happy birthday, man. Don't think you're watching, but happy birthday if you are. Bryce is usually on here, but he's enjoying himself tonight, I think. Of course. Hope having a good one. So, yeah. Shout out to Matt Horn, too. Big GSN fan back there. We love to see him, so appreciate that. Can the Bearcats get their first win of the season tonight? Only time will tell. If you can't make it to the game, you can always listen to the game on 92.7 WGIE or watch the Huddle camera. Shout out to Patrick Foley. What a guy he is for helping us out. I can't tell you enough about Patrick. He's been a great help to GSN this past year. So big shout out to him. Hopefully he'll be on screen here next week. So next week, I think is Elkins. I'm pretty sure at Thursday. So we won't be doing anything for that because we don't need to do anything on a Thursday because this is Football Friday. And then I've got some exciting news, actually. The 31st of October, we are going to North Marion. We're taking the RV, and Cage will not be here.
I will not be here.
I'm so sad.
Are you going to be in Indiana?
I won't be in Indianapolis.
At Nationals.
At Nationals.
At Nationals. I'm sorry, Cage. That's the only day I could book it. I'm sorry.
Hey, I get to get you the National PBR World Series.
That's fun.
So
I've always wanted to watch that. Hey, you can watch Football Friday.
We
on
are
your
the
phone.
9th row up from the very bottom.
That's pretty cool.
So we're pretty close.
That is pretty cool. And then I think in 2 weeks, Bearcats back here for RCB homecoming.
And then I think we got Bridgeport.
Homecoming
North
senior.
Marion
Oh
back to
man,
back.
it's gonna be a heck of a stretch coming up for the Bearcats. So
We need this one.
yeah. So stay tuned. See what the score of this game is. Should be a good one tonight. Thanks for watching Football Friday today, folks. We really appreciate you. Take care. God bless and go Bearcats.
Meow. Meow.